Hello, Grace family. I wanted to take just a few minutes to share with you the response that your leadership team here at the church has come up with in terms of the COVID-19 or coronavirus situation that surrounds us. The World Health Organization has declared this a pandemic, and everyone is using words like unprecedented to describe what's going on with COVID-19. This is an airborne virus that can be easily transmitted and can take up to 14 days to show symptoms. And many people who get it may not show symptoms at all, but be able to spread it. Because of this, our Governor DeWine, has asked that groups of 100 or more not meet. Now, he went on to make an exception for churches because the Constitution protects the exercise of religion. But we heard clearly what he was saying and what his advisors were saying as well. The fact is, it's dangerous for people in a time like this to gather in large groups in close proximity. Therefore, the leadership has made the determination to cancel all public services and activities here at the church, beginning immediately. That means this Sunday we will not have a live worship service here that people will attend. However, we will be live streaming our worship at 10:45 a.m. on Sunday. It will be available on all the different platforms that we use, and it will also be recorded and available in our archives so that you can watch it if you can't see it at 10:45 at a later time. This is not the best way to worship, but it is what we can do in the midst of a crisis to honor the request and direction of the governor and of those who are concerned about the health of our people. It's been a hard decision for us to make. It's been really hard to think about not meeting. But as our leaders thought about it and recognized we have the legal right to meet, we felt that wisdom and discretion would err on the side of protecting our people, especially the significant portion of our people still in town who would probably be here, but who are at higher risk. And so we want to encourage you to stay home, to watch the services, and to participate with us in new ways that we're going to try and make available to you. As a church family, we want to continue to show love to one another, even though we're not meeting together. Check up on one another. Call each other. If you're healthy and others are healthy and you want to do this, you could have some people gather in your home to watch the service together, to talk about it afterwards. Don't lose touch with the people who are your church family. We want to serve you, and our staff is going to be working to find ways to provide creative support to you during this time, not just through the COVID crisis, but ways that you can be encouraged in your faith throughout the week, ways that if your kids are home, you might be able to help them. Let's love one another well. Let's serve one another well. And recognize that by staying home, we are going to be ending the largest mass gathering that takes place in our village. And hopefully that will in and of itself slow the spread so that if the virus is here, it won't travel fast and people will be protected. We want you to know that we're going to do everything we can to keep you informed of what's going on. But from today until next Saturday, all activities are canceled. We will let you know if the situation changes, if we're going to have to do more or less as a church. But please hear us when we say, the church is not shut down. The church is us. And this is an opportunity for us to show love to one another and love to our neighbor. I want to just encourage you with two verses that I came across even as I was thinking about this. One, Galatians 6:10. Paul writes, "Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us work for the good of all, especially for those who belong to the household of faith." Quite honestly, this is what we're trying to do. We're seeking the good of all. We're seeking the good of our community. And we're seeking especially to protect those we love in the household of faith. The good that we can do isn't limited, though, to staying home. Serve one another. And let this moment of uncertainty in people's lives perhaps be an open door for you and for me to be able to say, we trust a God who's in control, even though everything looks like it's out of control. Let's take opportunity to share our hope whenever we can. The second verse I want to share just speaks to why we're doing what we're doing and our motivation and the motivation we ought to have. Paul says in his last letter, 2 Timothy 1:7, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and sound judgment. Don't be afraid. We're not taking this step because we're afraid. We're taking this step to do good. We're taking this step to show love. We're taking this step to protect people. We want you to know that. We're not afraid. You don't need to be afraid either. You know the God who is in control. Instead, we have a spirit of power, even in the weakness around us and perhaps even our own physical weakness. God's power through his Spirit is in you. Let that power be something that motivates you, that encourages you, that strengthens you to minister to other people, however you can. It's a spirit of love. Show that love to one another. And a spirit of sound judgment. Use the precautions you've been encouraged to use. If you're sick, if you have compromised immune system, stay home. Isolate yourself, protect yourself. If you feel symptoms, call a medical professional. If you need help, call the church. We'll be here to answer questions and help in whatever way that we can. Use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, cough into your elbow or into a tissue. Be wise in the things you do day to day. And know, we're here, we're going to get through this together, and we love you. God bless.